Hello everyone. Now we'll start with the last module of the syllabus and on a topic hazard and disaster management plans for floods and tidal waves. And among the various topics that we have covered so far, I feel this is among those topics of highest importance because of its current relevance. As you all know that our state being in the coastal area, we face various problems. Our coastal areas face various problems because of tidal waves and all. And every year, we spend lakhs and crores of rupees in protecting the coastal area. And similarly, the floods, we have been confronting with devastating floods in the last 2 years, and experts and scientists are of the opinion that it is going to recur in this year also. So our state and national level disaster management team, they are working out on that. I think recently, just a couple of days back also, you might have observed in seen in TV news channels and all. Some experts are speaking about the preparedness to face a flood in this year also. Now, what I would suggest is this appears to be a very small topic, but it's really vast, and I would suggest you to take up a small portion for today's discussion. It is the structural measures for flood management. Flood and its occurrence and its pattern, everything that we have covered in the previous module. But now we will look at what are the various possible measures which can be adopted to manage the flood. And broadly speaking, there are structural measures, as well as non-structural measures for managing floods. Structural measures are usually taken in places like India and all, where it involves having some physical features, constructing some physical features to reduce and deal with the flood. And one is construction of embankment or banks, flood walls, and flood levees. These are one of the possible structural measures, as seen in the diagram. I'm not taking time to go through this because it is easily understandable. So I suggest you to go through these listed types of structural measures, and then also try to go through the guidelines given by the National Disaster Management Authority for managing floods and tidal waves, and which may take time. So please kindly go through that. Now this is another is dam reservoirs. So one is about constructing levees and flood banks and all. Okay, flood walls. So this is practicable in some places. So in other cases, other possible solution is by constructing dams or reservoirs or water storage. The excess water which can be absorbed or stored in some depressed area, so that we can reduce the significant. We can reduce the flooding, of water to some extent. That is one method, and other one is channel improvement. Channel improvement means the water which is carried through various water channels, which can be the quantity of water which can be carried by the water channels can be increased. Okay, we have to look at the profile of rivers and other water bodies every time, because on annual basis there will be some sedimentations and deposition, and thereby if you look at the profile or cross section of these water bodies or channels, you'll find that it is changing every time, and then its depth also reduces significantly. So if you do the desilting, or if you constantly remove the silt in the water bodies, that will increase the depth and thereby increase the water carrying capacities of these channels. And similarly, desilting, dredging of rivers. The silting usually happens when the velocities reduce beyond certain limit, so thereby the water will not have the capacity to carry small silty particles in it, and and so thereby we have to ensure the slope of the velocities of water through these channels is a very important factor. And see this will vary from place to place, as you all know. In India itself, in different states, having different climatic conditions and different geographical conditions, they face these kind of flood issues, but the solutions may not be same for all these floods, because in northeast area or in Uttarakhand region and all, because it's hilly terrain where the occurrence of flood and mitigation measures what can be adopted cannot be, will be different from the flood in places like Maharashtra, Kerala and all that. So therefore that region specific and region specific and climate specific methods and so solutions have to be adopted. And similarly drainage improvement, because this is one of the main reasons, especially in major cities and all, because we don't have proper drainage system, and all that we have are chalked or are clogged, and because of which the actual capacity, the drainage are not able to carry water in its fullest capacity, and because of which there will be overflow and then flooding and all. So this is another reasons. And then diversion of flood water, the extra amount of water which occurs are to be diverted and controlled, so that it can be flooding on the land can be considerably reduced. And catchment area treatment and afforestation. Catchment area means it is a region which is contributing, the area which is contributing to the flood. Okay, when a precipitation take place over a large area, and a certain area, the water which is the precipitation which is taking place on a selected area actually accumulates and contributes to add to the flooding, right? So such area are to be identified which is contributing to the flooding. And then afforestation or reforestation is another alternate solution to mitigate it. And anti-erosion work, alluvial, that you can read it. Okay, so there are various sea walls and coastal protections and all. So this is implemented in some parts of India also. Now you can go through this, and also, as I mentioned in the previous I mentioned, please try to go through the guidelines of NMD, National Disaster Management Authority's official guidelines on flood and tidal waves. Okay, thank you all.